Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mayam Dadadi Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sagagana Raghunatantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangam Langedi Girmiyat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dienatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Namam Vishnapadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swami Namacharya Padani Taya Kapapradani Gaura Kata Dāmodaya Nagara Gramadhara Hare Krishna. With the mercy of Guru Krishna and Śrī Āndāl Nachyar, we are entering into the 18th day of Mārgasirsha month, and we are going to release the 18th Pāsuram. So, simple highlights on this Pāsuram is: one, it is very, very close to Sri Ramanujacharya's heart, and he used to recite the entire Tiruppāvai on a daily basis by mind. And in addition to that, he has been given so many glorious titles, and the topmost title, which is Tiruppāvai GR, he is called as, because this Pāsuram is very close to him. It talks about the importance of the chief of the gopis. In addition to that, as we see here, the word Nappinai denotes the chief of all the Vrajagopis. So again, in Sri Sampradaya also, it is very carefully handled, the name of the chief. As we see in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam also, nowhere Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning the name, so it is always mentioned as chief. So here also, Nappinai is addressed here in Sri Sampradaya. As we see in the Sri Vaishnava temples also, whenever we go to any South Indian temple, you can see that. So the Lord will be there and the consorts will be there. That is Sri Devi, that is Mahalakshmi, Bhudevi, Bhumi Devi Tayar, and Nila Devi. So Nila Devi is none other than Nappinai. So he is the chief of all the Vrajagopis, and the Bhagavatam also explains it. So as we get into this Tiruppāvai, so it's a glorious month, as we see that. Mārgasirsha month is also very glorious, as per the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna himself says. And Āndāl Nachiyar appeared in the wonderful family of, again, a great Vaishnava, Periyāழ்var, who is among the 12 Āழ்vars, as well as Āndāl Nachiyar is also one among the 12. And Āndāl Nachiyar from the beginning was in deep love with Krishna, and she started spreading the message of Krishna Bhakti throughout. And her father, Vishnu Chitta, another name for him, he used to make flower garlands for the local temple, Vatapatrashayi temple. So she used to wear and check it. So these are the wonderful pastimes of Śrī Āndāl Nachiyar. So as father left it and took another garland to the temple, Vatapatrashayi, the Lord said, bring that one which was worn by Āndāl Nachiyar. So this is a tradition, even now it is maintained in big temples like Tirumala, Tirupati and Srirangam. Whenever big festival comes, the garland comes from Srivilliputturu, Āndāl Nachiyar. So she is also called as Sudi Kodutha Chudarkodi. She has composed, in addition to Tiruppāvai, what is called as Nachiyar Tirumozhi, which is 143. In that 143, there are 10 verses which is called as Varnamayanam. That is also very glorious. It has a description of the complete Vivaha ceremony, and she is dreaming her marriage with the Lord. Then in addition to that, Āndāl Nachiyar went on waking up every soul. As we see that this Tiruppāvai has got different stages. First 5 is introduction, the next 10 is waking up, and now they are waking up the closer. So today got married to Lord Ranganatha, who came down to Srivilliputtur, and he is named as Sri Rangamannar. So let us get into the Pāsuram singing. Before that, we will have the Taniyams recited. So the first Taniyam is in Sanskrit, done by Parasara Bhatta. Nila Tungasta Nagari Tadi Siddham Udbhotya Krishnam Parardhyam Swam Shruti Satashara Siddham Adhyapayanti Suchishhtayam Srajanigalitam Ya Balakrutya Bhungte Godatasye Nama Idam Idam Bhuya Evastu Bhuyaha Annavayal Puduvai Āndāl Arangarku Annu Tiruppāvai Palpadiyam Innisayal Padik Koduttal Narpa Malai Pumalai சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளை சொல்லு சூடிக் கொடுத்த சுடற்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடியொருளவல்ல பல்வளையாய் நாடி நீர் வெங்கடவர்க்கு என்னை விதி என்ற இம்மாற்றம் நாங்கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. So now we request His Grace Harihara Narayan Das Prabhu to sing the 18th Pāsuram.
Hare Krishna. Happy New
Hare
Year
Krishna.
to you, Prabhu. Happy New Year to everybody, all the devotees, seeking
Hare
your blessings
Krishna.
in this new year. Hare Krishna.
Volume little more high, Prabhu.
Okay, let me see, Prabhu, 1 second. Is it more clear now?
Better.
Better. Okay. Okay. Start. உந்து மதக்களிற்றன் ஓடாத தோள்வலியன் உந்து மதக்களிற்றன் ஓடாத தோள்வலியன் நந்த கோபாலன் மருமகளே நப்பின்னாய் நந்த கோபாலன் மருமகளே நப்பின்னாய் கந்தம் கமழும் குழலி கடை திறவாய் கந்தம் கமழும் குழலி கடை திறவாய் வந்தெங்கும் கோழி அழைத்தன காண் மாதவி வந்தெங்கும் கோழி அழைத்தன காண் மாதவி பந்தல் மேல் பல்கா குயிலினங்கள் கூவின காண் பந்தல் மேல் பல்கா குயிலினங்கள் கூவின காண் பந்தார் விரலி மைத்துனன் பேர் பாட பந்தார் விரலி மைத்துனன் பேர் பாட செந்தாமரை கையால் சீரார் வலை ஒலிப்ப செந்தாமரை கையால் சீரார் வளை ஒலிப்ப வந்து திறவாய் மகிழ்ந்தேலோரெம்பாவாய் வந்து திறவாய் மகிழ்ந்தேலோரெம்பாவாய் உந்து மத களிற்றன் ஓடாத தோள்வலியன் உந்து மத களிற்றன். ஹரே கிருஷ்ண.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I am opening
Hare
the rooms. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, you can continue here. Hare Krishna.
That was melodiously sung by Harihar Narayan Prabhu. So let us get into the Pāsuram. As I briefed before, this Pāsuram, actually, if you look at it in the Sri Vaishnavism, Sri Ramanujacharya has given commentaries for all, so many things. And he has been given different titles, but that Jiyar title was exclusively given for this Tiruppāvai because it is very close to his heart. And as we told, this particular Pāsuram is much more closer to his heart. The reason being is it is talking about the chief of the gopis. One has to approach her only to get the lotus feet of the Lord, which we always look at in the Vrindavan Leela also, many places. Okay. So, getting into the Pāsuram first. Undu madakalitran odada tolvaliyan. Actually, in Tamil, there are little different alphabets. One has to be very careful. La is there and La is there also there. So as I read it, you can listen a little more closer. Undu madakalitran La. Then odada tol. Then it becomes Valiyan. La comes. Then Nanda Gopalan Marumahale Napinnai. Kandam Kamalum Kurali Kadaithiravai. Vandu Yengum Koli Alaitanakan. Madhavi Pandal Mel Palkal Kuininangal Kuvinakan. Kuilinangal Kuvinakan. Pandal Mel Palkal Kuilinangal Kuvinakan. Pandu Ar Virali Un Maitunan Perpada Sentamarai Kayal Sirar Valayolippa Vandu Thiravai Mahundelor Rimpavai. Here, many have to understand. I read it as Kandam. If you look at it, in Sanskrit it is Gandham. Prabhu was singing the typical Sanskrit style. But in Tamil, generally when we read it, Kandam it comes. Because certain pronunciations, certain alphabets are not there in Tamil. So single alphabet will be used for so many aspects. So moreover, when the Sanskrit letters are coming, when it is immediately transliterated in Tamil, so whatever alphabets are available, that is given here. So we'll get into the word by word meaning. Undu madakalitran. Actually, the real order of this Pāsuram, Āndāl Nachar has kept it like this, but the word goes the other way. Mada undu kalitran. Mother, we know that no elephant mother, because when it has that special fluid goes into its head, then it goes crazy, right? Even for a human being also, when there is a disorder, then they go crazy. So similarly, the elephant becomes. So then what happened immediately? That particular elephant, Hare Krishna. So this particular elephant, which is called as Madakalitran. So it is becoming much more mightier. And to control it's not that easy. So that's why Undu Madakalitran. Then it says Odar Tholvaliyan. Odar Tholvaliyan. That means sorry, it is Odada Tholvaliyan. Sorry, I said it wrongly. Odada Tholvaliyan. So Thol means the shoulder or the strength. Valiyan means he is very powerful. And Odada means one who does not run away from the battlefield. Nanda Gopalan. So here it's addressed to Nanda Baba. See, all these descriptions are addressed to Nanda Baba. So Āndāl Nachar and her friends have made it very clear. They have to cajole their father-in-law. So this is the way, even in the first Pāsuram also, no, Kurvel Kodun Tholilan Nanda Gopal Kumaran, right? Here also like that it says, okay? Then moving on to the next phrase, Marumahale. Whose Marumahale? Nanda Gopala's Marumahale. First they are talking about Nanda Gopal and her daughter-in-law. Marumahale means, okay? Marumahane means son-in-law, okay? Napinnai. Who is that? Her name is called as Napinnai, daughter-in-law. Then Kandam Kamalum Kudali. Kandam means the fragrance. Kamalum means it's completely floating around, lingering, anything you can use it. Kudali, it talks about the wonderful hair tresses. Then it talks about Kadai Thiruppāvai. Kadai means the door, doorstep. And Thiruppāvai, please open. Koli, Koli, here it is rooster, cock. Then Yengum Vandu. Yengum means in all direction. Vandu means has come. Araitana Khan. Araitana means calling out or inviting. Khan means please hear the sound. Araitana, there is another way of calling it as the birds chirping sound is also Araitana. But in any case, Araitana means inviting. Okay. Then Madhavi Pandal male. So Madhavi is a type of flower which is very, very popular in many of the villages. Pandal means in Hindi is Pandal, right? Say similar Pandal. Huh? So the boys are the Madhavi flowers. Male means on top of it. Kuil Inangal. All the cuckoos groups. Then it talks about Palkhal Kuvinakan. Palkhal means non-stop or incessantly. Kuvina means kept on calling, cuckooing. Now we say that cuckoo birds. Then Pandar Virali. Pandar, it talks about the ball. Pandu in Tamil is ball. Virali, viral means fingers. So it is a wonderful expression which is explained here. With that fingers and with that ball, that Napine has won the competition with Krishna. Then Un Maithunan Perpada. In order, it is explained to sing the names of your beloved Krishna. Then she talks about Sirar Valayolipa. Sirar Valayolip. Oli means sound. Olipa means making noise or making sound. Sirar means jingling sound. Vandu, come. And then Sentamarai Kayinal. Sentamarai Kai. Tamari means lotus. Sen means red lotus flower. Kayil means the lotus hands. Mahildu Thiruppāvai. What does it say? Mahildu Thiruppāvai. So with joyfully, please open it. So this is the word by word meaning. Let us get into the translation. Then we will go into the detailed discussion. Prabhu, can you show the translation? Subhash Prabhu. Yeah, thank you. Nanda has the strength of a tusker with dipping fat. He takes delight in fighting the elephants, of which he has a herd, and his might of arms knows no rebuff from the enemy. Oh, you daughter-in-law of Nanda Gopa, arise. Nila Devi, who is also called as Napine, radiant with the tresses, wafting fragrance. As I told you, it is a lingering aroma. Open the latch of the doors. The cocks have crowing everywhere. The coquilles perching in groups on the lattice, which supports Madhavi Kripa, have begun singing. Note, it is dawn. You who hold a ball in your hand, we tell you that we have come to glorify the qualities of our brother-in-law. So the description is brother-in-law. One, there it is Maithunan means brother-in-law, right? There in one of the Sri Vaishnavism description, Maithunan means it is addressing Krishna. But here, what the Āndāl and Gopis are telling, our brother-in-law. Because Napinai is sister for all the Gopis and Āndāl Nachiyar. So naturally, sister's husband becomes brother-in-law. That way also it can be considered Maithunan. Then, please wake up and walk to the threshold in joy and open the door with the beautiful bracelets on your red lotus hand, making loud jingling sound. So let us try to understand a few things. Nanda Baba had lots and lakhs of cows. But in this Pāsuram, how Āndāl Nachiyar has introduced the tuskers, elephants. And he had so many elephants, right? And he has the capacity of controlling all these elephants single-handedly. Imagine that controlling a bull itself is tough, and controlling an elephant is not that easy. First of all, many questions will arise. How Nanda Baba had so many elephants? Because he is only a cowherd community king. But what is interestingly definition is given here. Nanda Baba and Yashoda took Krishna as their foster son. Generally, in the tradition, olden days, in Sanskrit, it is called a Swikaram. We take Swikaram. Swikaram means another child, we take it. We call it as Swikaram. So when we do not have children and when we do not have a boy. So here, this Swikaram, when it was given by Vasudeva and Devaki, because Vasudeva and Devaki, along with their son, they gave lots of other properties too. In that, the elephants are also there so much. That's why it is coming to him with another batch of elephants. So this way, Nanda Baba is having so many elephants. Then when we talk about the Undu Madakalitan, here the description is, there is a fluid which flows on the top of the head of the elephant. That gives the strength of it. So, and it goes like anything to fight out things. Now, when it pushes down a tree, when it is lifting a big stone, because in Tamil Nadu, when we go to so many temples, all the temples, you will be wondering, such a huge piece of rock is kept on the top of the Gopuram or on top. How is it possible? Because Raja Cholan and all, they have constructed this big temple in Tanjavur only with the help of elephants, it is told. So this way, elephants are so strong, and Nanda Baba has got so much of strength similar to that of an elephant. And in addition to that, another description is he is able to control all those elephants. That means he is so powerful. Then it talks about wonderful next level is the Tol Valiyan. His shoulder power is so powerful. When he goes for any fight, any battle, he will not show his back. he will not live like that. And he knows all the rules and regulations. If the enemy is not having any weapons, he will not fight with him. If the enemy is surrendering to his lotus feet, he will not do that. So like this, and in event of any situation also, in the battlefield, he will not leave the battlefield. He will see to it he is winning and he is defeating his enemy and comes back. That's why it is very powerfully mentioned the strength of Nanda Baba being the king. He should be strong enough, right? Broad shoulders, everything. So, and Nanda Baba's daughter-in-law. So, daughter-in-law is Sri Vaishnavism. They call her as Napinnai. Again, the name it is given as Napinnai, but in the Sanskrit they are mentioned as Nila Devi. As I told you earlier, in all the temples also, the Lord will be there along with him. Three consorts: Sri Devi, Mahalakshmi, Bhudevi, Bhumi Devi, and the third one is Nila Devi, none other than Napinnai. So this Napinnai is, again I repeat, he is the chief of all the Brajagopis. In the Bhagavatam also, when we read that, and Prabhupada also in his lectures many times mentions, what happens? Generally, Sukadeva Goswami, when he takes the names of Srimati Radharani, he goes into trance. That's why it is mentioned as chief of the gopis. So that verse also we are going to look into it today. So this way, here, Nappinai becomes a daughter-in-law. Actually, Āndāl Nachiyar, first she said Marumagale. When she said that, everybody started looking, oh, somebody is calling. Who? Āndāl Nachiyar. But in Vraja, every gopi is a daughter-in-law of Nanda Baba because everybody wants to get Krishna as their husband. So this way, when she said that Marumahale, then Āndāl Nachiyar realized I have to address the name, otherwise it will be a confusion. So then she told the name Nappinai. When it is Nappinai, the chief of the Rajagopis. And now she is describing her beauty. So here we can understand Nappinai was growing along with Krishna in Vrajabhumi. In the Sri Sampradaya, they say very clearly, Yashoda has a brother and her brother's daughter is Nappinai, according to the Sri Vaishnavism. Here also in our description, it is in the Bhagavatam, Vrishabhanu's daughter is Srimati Radharani. So here Nappinai, and Nappinai's descriptions are so wonderful. Āndāl Nachiyar starts glorifying her. And her tresses are so beautiful, with lots of curds, and it has got so much of fragrance. The same situation came in the previous verses when we are looking at it, when Āndāl Nachiyar was raising the other gopis, So again, this same statement comes. That means naturally the women have got a fragrance in their hair as they are wearing the flowers or so many things. So it is a very important aspect which we want to stress here, but nowadays many women are not wearing flowers. I don't know especially what is the reason where, but the tradition always says that one has to wear the flowers on their dresses. This is a very important thing. Then next it talks about, please open the door. When she's glorifying, requesting her to open the door, immediately this Nappinai is questioning, oh Āndāl and your team, how do you say wake up, wake up? It is not yet sunrise. How can you say that? Then Āndāl and the team were wondering, oh, we had convinced so many already. We had given all the description of the Brahma Muhurta, sunrise, everything. Again, Nappinai is also asking, what should we do now? Then immediately, Āndāl Nachiyar is telling, please hear the sound of the rooster, the cocks in all directions. It has started making noise. So once you hear that, you can understand it is already sunrise. So please get up. And again, one more question is asked. What is that? This is not sufficient. Then she is telling, if that is not sufficient proof, look at your wonderful flower garden and the bowers where the creepers are moving in. There are so many wonderful cuckoo birds, right? Kuyilenangal. Huh? Kuvina Kuyilenangal, like that. There is another verse which talks about the cuckoo birds' wonderful voice. And what they are doing, they incessantly making noise. That means they are inviting, and it's a flock of so many cuckoo birds making noise together. So as the noise also comes together, are you able to hear that? So they are telling. So naturally, Andani says it's already dawn. Then again to please Napinai, they are trying to do this because Napinai, as we know that even in the Bhagavatam also, being the chief of the Vrajagopis, she is having more time with Krishna and she is relishing again and again and again, right? So there later on, Krishna moves away from her sight also. That is another interesting aspect. After that only we are getting into the Gopika Gitam and other aspects. Okay, so now here, again Andal Nachar tries to please Napinai. What she is telling now, you are holding a wonderful Pandar Virali because all her fingers are so beautiful and it will be always playing the ball. Here, the ball, what is the two type of balls we say, no? Generally, we talk about ball means we are talking about the playing balls. But here, the ball means which is the flower ball. Those who have witnessed today's that Srinivasa Kalyanam or everywhere, wherever there is a Srinivasa Kalyanam or in even Tirupati also, what do? They will have a flower ball. Even in the normal marriages, even as I told you in the Varanam Ayiram also, she talks about the flower ball. So here, Napine is a specialist in playing with that flower balls. So as she was playing with the flower balls, all of a sudden there become a interesting contest between Krishna and Napinai. And Napinai won the contest because her hands are so beautiful and her fingers are so wonderfully handling the balls so well. So another description, it is mentioned in the Vaishnava Sampradaya is, it talks about the material world, which is completely under her control, and the jivas are always looking for her help to reach the abode of the Lord. This is another interesting thing. Even in our Acharya's description, so many places, one has to approach Srimati Radharani to get Krishna with her permission. So that's why we always look at it as here, Andal Nachar also describes so much about her. As we are seeing here, again, the next level, sorry, Pandar Virali, Un Maithunan Perpada. So Maithunan, as I told you, one description in one place it is mentioned, Maithunan is addressed as Krishna himself. So Perpada, to glorify his names. And another aspect of looking at it is, as I told you earlier, so that's a way they are going to glorify the Lord. And we are going to join you with the glorification of the Lord, for the glorification of the Lord. Then what does she say? Sendamare Kayal. So, Napinai's lotus hands are so beautiful and resembles that of a red lotus. If you look at in any Vishnu temples, the Lakshmi, that is Pirati, they call it as Pirati Sanadi, she will also have this mudra like that. That means one has to take blessings from Tayar, then only they can go to the Lord. So this is a tradition. So she is asking for the blessings. Sendamare Kayal. And what does she say? Sirar Valayolippe. And she is wearing so much of bangles. And all the bangles are making nice, wonderful sounds, jingling sounds, and it is coming in a uniformity. Sirar means uniformly it comes. With that lotus hands, please come and open the door, and we happily will glorify the Lord. So this way it is explained about the importance here. As we see further here, the another aspect of this Pāsuram is, as I was telling, Sri Ramanujacharya, always he is in the habit of reciting this Pāsuram on a regular basis. So one time he went to Tirukkoshtiyur. In Tirukkoshtiyur, one of his uncle who is called as Periya Nambi. Actually, Ramanujacharya, being a sannyasi, he used to live only on daily alms or the yachana. So he used to visit houses. So while going like that, he always used to recite the Tiruppāvai, all the Pāsurams. So when he is reciting, not in a louder way, this is another important thing what they are mentioning is, he will be reciting it and only the lip movement will be there. So while he was reciting this Pāsuram especially, he was meditating on all the descriptions as Āndāl Nachar has given it. As he was entering the house of his maternal uncle, asking for that day's Unchavurti they call it as, right? When he was about, all of a sudden, a girl of age maybe 6 or 7 comes and opens the door. And who is that? She is none other than the only daughter of Periya Nambi. And instantly, as he was reciting this Pāsuram also, he went into trance. He fell down at the entrance of Periya Nambi's house. And the small girl was completely astonished what is happening. So she rushed back and told her father, so Ramanujacharya has fallen at the entrance. I do not know what happened. Then immediately the Periya Nambi, the maternal uncle Ramanujacharya, very clearly said, don't worry, my dear. He might be in trance and he might be reciting the Pāsuram number 18. So like this, it was very clear. Ramanujacharya was given the title as Tiruppāvai Jiyar. What is the title? Tiruppāvai Jiyar. So his description of Tiruppāvai is something very, very special. So this way it is explained how so deep it is meaningful and how Āndāl Nachar has described it. As I told you earlier also, the description of the Nanda Baba resembles to Ramanujacharya also. Because though Āndāl Nachar appeared before Ramanujacharya appearance, but she described the beauty of Ramanujacharya much before. So that's why it says Undu Mada Kalittan. Same, you can see the transcendental body of Śrī Ramanujacharya. So many may not know, I will just brief it. Śrī Ramanujacharya's transcendental body is still maintained in the Srirangam, and there is a special sanctum sanctorum for him. So his transcendental body is maintained with only this punuhu, then we call it as pachakarpuram and other some herbs. So there is no other thing added to that. He is sitting in the same Padmasana and with the same mudra, and one can have the darshan. One can, from a distance also, when you see that, you can make it out. The transcendental body is so effulgent, so effulgent. So this way, again, you can see the shoulders, everything. It is resembling that. Again, when we talk about that, and the Pāsuram also, Āndāl Nachar specifies it. He is capable of thrashing out any discussion on the Vedas, Upanishad, everything. because he has given commentaries for each and everything. He has not left out anything untouched, because he has done so much with the Vaishnava philosophy, and it is maintained. After him, the first spiritual master in the Sri Sampradaya is Nadamuni, and he has written so much about him. So this way, this glorious Pāsuram, it is very close to Sri Ramanujacharya. Sri Ramanujacharya is also glorified by Srila Prabhupada in many of his purport. So, as we know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has got so much of close link with the Sri Sampradaya and appreciates so much. And as we know, the 6 Goswamis of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disciples, one is the Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who is none other than a Sri Vaishnava boy. And as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made a South India visit, at that time he went and stayed with Venkata Bhatta. In Venkata Bhatta's son is only this Gopala Bhatta. So that boy came along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he helped Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all his mission. And all the rituals, whatever is being done in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, is completely written by Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Even the Satkriya, Saradipika, there are so many lots and lots of books of Gopala Bhatta. So there is a big link between the Sri Vaishnavism and Gaudiya Sampradaya. Even now, so many disciples of Prabhupada, whenever they go, they are also glorified. Especially His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, when he goes to Srirangam, he is invited with lots and lots of respects. Similarly, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, when he goes to Tirumala, Tirupati also, there they are giving a very big welcome. So like this, there is a big link between these two Vaishnava philosophies. So then moving on to Shri Napinai, and what is the link in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in this connection? Let us get into that. This is coming in the 10th canto, chapter 30. As I told you, no, he is having a wonderful rasa dance, and suddenly all these gopis were little puffed up, and slowly Krishna moves off with only one gopi. Who is that? Chief of gopis. And this is shloka number 10, 30, 30. Okay, there are 2 verses in this. Let us try to read it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tasya amunina shobham kurvanti uchchaihi padani yat yaika pahritya gopinam raho bhunkte achyutadharam na lakshante padani yatra tasya nunam trinam kuraihi kidyat sujatangri talam unninye preyasim priyaha. Translation: these footprints of that special gopi greatly disturbed us. Who is telling? The gopis. Who is that special gopi? And what is the next word? Of all the gopis, she alone was taken away to a secluded place. So what is here? These footprints of that special gopi. So Sukadeva Goswami, he has not mentioned the name. He has just mentioned this much only. He has not given the name. Tasyaha, her. Then, of all the gopis, she alone has taken away to a secluded place where she is enjoying the lips of Krishna. Look, we can't see her footprints over here. Then what happened? Only 4 footprints were there for some distance, and after some distance, even that 4 footprints were not there, only 2 footprints, because Krishna was carrying her on her shoulders. It is obvious that the grass and sprouts were hurting the tender soles of her feet. Only her is mentioned, the name is not mentioned. And so the lover lifted up his beloved. So one verse, when we look at it also, the name is never mentioned. Oh girls, the dust of Govinda's lotus feet is so sacred that even Brahma, Shiva, and goddess Rama take the dust upon their heads to dispel sinful reaction. So this is the verse which glorifies Nappinai and Srimati Radharani. So finally, the last verse. Please observe, my dear gopis, how in this place the lusty Krishna footprints are pressed more deeply into the ground. Carrying the weight of his beloved must have been difficult for him. And over here, that intelligent boy must have put her down to gather some flowers. Hare Krishna. So this way, this is a wonderful verse which talks about it. Then the further things, you know, that the Gopika Geetam starts in the next chapter, 1031, right? So that's also very glorious, which we know that. Okay. So with this, I stop. We have relished the portion of it so well. So we will pray for the entire world. As we see some natural calamities in Japan, so many people are suffering, and so many wars happening in Middle East and what is that? Russia also. So in this new year, everybody get connected to Krishna. Let them all have a peaceful and healthy. That's very important. Healthy year with lots of Krishna conscious activities. Let us pray thrice the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Vasant Prabhu, what is the status?
Yes, Prabhu, another 1 minute, Prabhu, 1 minute. Hare Krishna.
Which is pending?
Telugu.
Telugu.
Telugu and Malayalam also.
Chitra, are you ready?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, ma. Subhash Prabhu, recording going on.
Hare Krishna, bro. I will stop it, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your support.
I close the bracket room, Prabhu. Chitra Mataji, can you please take over? Hare Krishna.